welcome back to the Nerd Dose Podcast. I am your host, wonderful person here, Kyle, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host, friend,
classmate
also, Mr. Zachary. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. We're in a new setting today.
Well, somewhat new setting.
Yeah, we're professional now. We got big desks. People walking by. No.
Well, okay, so context. So when we record our podcast, we normally do it within our apartments and
On the couch. Very chill.
But something going on right now. We have I have roommates right now.
Yeah, his roommates stayed this weekend.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend isn't in class. So
Yeah.
Didn't really have a place to go.
So what we did was our school we had to request essentially
a room in the library.
or like our student center essentially.
Yeah.
So and right now we can see out of our window people walking by because it's a public place we're at.
Yeah, big window.
Yeah.
So people are gonna walk by and see us recording.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I care. Yeah.
Sure
Whatever.
you do.
It's a Friday. Not a lot of people are around. That's why I'm okay with it.
Yeah, so I really don't care if people see I've posted. You've seen the Instagram. I'm on freaking that.
Yeah, hopefully this sounds a lot better too. I would like to keep doing this if we can, because I know sometimes the sound isn't the greatest in our apartments.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Space. Yeah, because I know there was an original room we wanted to use before because we used that room actually to study because we had an exam today on top of that, and it was a nice room and it was excluded from everyone and all that stuff. So
no windows, but
yeah,
what can you do? That one was taken.
So main topic of our episode today is Hawkeye. Yeah. So episodes 1 through 3, 1 and 2 came out the day before Thanksgiving. And episode 3 came out this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, I was really surprised how it was going to turn out.
So was I.
Yeah.
I thought it was just going to be very cut and dry, slightly boring, not that fun, really cutesy.
Cutesy, arts,
yeah.
I think I talked about how I thought it would have been a Die Hard type of scenario thing, but it has little aspects of it, but I feel like it's still giving it its own Marvel Hawkeye vibe still.
Yeah, it is. I didn't expect this at all. I just rewatched the 3rd episode, and today's Friday, so second time I rewatched this episode, and I rewatched the first 2 episodes earlier this week too. So this show seems to be a lot more fun than I ever thought it was gonna be. It's not cutesy like we mentioned, not as much at least. There's a little cheesy stuff here and there, but it's nothing takeaway. But yeah, the rewatchability is insane.
Yeah.
I could see myself rewatching this every Christmas.
Yeah, because it's a Christmas movie. Yeah, it's a Christmas TV show that Marvel has done. Because I don't think there's other Marvel shows.
We got Iron Man 3.
But that was
released in May, though.
May of what year, though? Also.
Yeah, I think it was 2013 or 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a Christmas background released in the summer.
Yeah, it was a weird thing. I feel like they should have released it during Christmas.
Yeah, it would have made more sense, but it was a little weird. But yeah, the show is so lighthearted. It's fun. I really like the vibe of this show. It's very different from the last MCU project I watched, which was Eternals.
Yeah. Eternals.
So we go from, I really like the aspect of going from this cosmic level
so much
to
CGI.
yeah, so much CGI and all that jazz to go into such a grounded story.
It gives it more Captain America Winter Soldier vibes. Still not a lot of CGI effect, more physical fighting.
Yeah.
Less weapons or not
less
weapons,
powers.
Less powers, less cosmic energy stuff. More grounded, more agile fighting humans instead of that.
More personal a little bit too.
It is personal.
And we literally are watching them walk through the streets of New York. I don't think we've ever even seen that in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, only Spider-Man and probably tidbits of from Endgame.
Yeah,
they were in New York, but that's it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, nothing like this where we're seeing stores or shops, whatever. So it's just really cool to get another taste of New York. I love New York.
Yeah, I want to go to New York again.
I know.
It's been 20 years.
You've been there?
We went there, sidetrack. We went there for a little, it was a detour we did. Or no, not really a detour. What was it? Oh, we were in New Jersey actually because we had cousins that lived there. And from New Jersey to New York, I think it's only a couple hours.
Yeah, it's not far at all.
So we did a day trip to New York. We took a bus or something like that, and then the same bus would take us back to New Jersey or something like that. So it was a cool day trip we did.
I really want to go. It just seems so expensive.
Well, depending on what you do, I get a lot of like New York TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like places to eat in New York and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's a couple I follow that go out, and I'm like, oh, that looks so good.
There's a lot of Asian places.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyways, all right. So we're just gonna go episode by episode, giving our thoughts, things, what we thought about each part, cool things that we catched. So
Nothing too crazy.
Nothing crazy. Just a cool rundown of what we think of it. So starting with episode 1, introducing of Kate Bishop here.
Yeah. So the trailers leading up to her, I thought she was going to be very annoying.
Yeah.
She was going to be very dorky.
Like Peter Parker kind of vibes.
But worse.
Yes.
Way worse. Oh, right off the bat, though, it seemed like that was not the case. And then throughout the series, she's sarcastic. I showed you that. I had you listen to a different podcast that mentioned like her sarcasm is like different than the other sarcasms we've kind of seen. Like her humor lands without being humor.
Yeah.
It seemed like every Marvel content or project they always need a funny person.
Yeah, like comic.
Yeah, a comic relief. And of course, Clint Barton's not that comic relief.
No, he's serious.
Yeah, he's more serious. And then she kind of brings that a little bit, but not too much.
Nothing crazy like compared to like Peter Parker.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like very like silly essentially. Whereas for Kate Bishop, has like it's a good like mix in between with silly but still serious.
Yeah.
And like the sarcasm, but also she's 22. In this,
so a little bit more mature.
It's like kind of like our age because that's what we are, like around our 20s and so. So like we kind of relate a little bit to it.
Yeah, like she's a huge fan. I mean, so are we. We're dorks. But yeah, it's just she doesn't come off as annoying or like always trying to land a joke or anything like that. She's a fun character, and I think what's her name? Haley
Steinfeld?
Yeah, is doing a great job as it. And I kind of very excited to see where she goes from just this series or even how the rest of the show plays out, too.
Yeah, because there's only 6 episodes this will be with.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first episode, we don't really get into their chemistry, and we'll probably talk about that later on. But, But this first episode was mainly just like a big introduction of who she is, kind of where Clint is, starting off to the musical.
Oh my god, the musical.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it because like it's funny because it's literally the events of the 2012 Avengers movie. And like I thought it was really funny how they literally made a whole musical number and that one song
I Can Go All Day.
I Can Go All Day. Friggin' Steve Rogers' main line.
Yeah, they did like a full song too.
They did.
They did so many like nods too. Like Thor and Cap are easy on the eyes, or not easy on the eyes.
Oh my god, it was ridiculous. And for some reason, Ant-Man wasn't.
Okay, so Ant-Man was supposed to be in the Avengers.
Yeah, but what I've seen is because he was in the Endgame 2012. So like because he was in a sidetrack, remember?
That's true.
Because they had to go there to like get.
Yeah.
So because that's what they thought was how Ant-Man was technically involved, but that's what I've heard from like Easter eggs.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah, because I'm sure their story was told. I mean, later on in the episodes, we find out like people know how Natasha died.
Yeah.
So that's I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was like a little subtlety because he was like a side mission. It was like a side mission essentially with them.
I always took it as because Ant-Man was always a part of the Avengers. I think since from day one. So I thought that was like a kind of, and I thought the MCU did want to introduce him into the Avengers, but not this quickly, I guess.
They just didn't know how.
So then it kind of took a little bit. Like I said, 2012, but it ended up being 2015.
Yeah, because he got introduced just random.
And they wanted Wasp in it too right away. And she never got in it either.
But then it was just not revealed until the sequel to it. So, but I thought it was really cutesy with that. And like what shocked me more is like when Clint saw Natasha. Like the character.
Oh yeah. It's PTSD.
The PTSD triggering and seeing all that, and I'm like,
sad.
and that's what made him leave the movie theater and stuff. I was like,
first of all, what kind of wife is like just sends her husband and kids off to across the country?
Well, I think it's because
kind of random.
I think it's just because
he missed him.
Yeah, misses them. He wants their kids to bond more because I don't know how long it's been between the blip and them coming back and then where Hawkeye is at now.
I feel like it's probably that same year. That's the funny part about this. I like the universe they're creating because they're making musicals. They're making movies. You're seeing people dress up on the streets as them. I think it's funny. Katniss Everdeen is confirmed. Hunger Games is real.
Yeah, the Hunger Games.
Hope Jennifer Lawrence does ever go to the MCU.
Okay, so next topic is going to be, I think, about the Kate Bishop and her mom.
Yeah, Vera Farmiga.
Oh my, that was a surprising casting in my opinion. Also,
I remember hearing that like 2 years ago, and I was like, this is random.
yeah, because like I just see her only from The Conjuring or all the horror movie stuff that she's done. So like it's interesting seeing her playing in a superhero action movie, or show at least. So I think it's an interesting casting option. But I'm not. She's a great actress. Don't get me wrong.
She's amazing.
I love her. She's amazing. Like
even her younger sister did a Conjuring movie.
oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
she did The Nun.
Oh my god, that scares me.
Yeah, that movie sucked. Anyways, yeah, great. They seem like they have great chemistry together. I don't know. Spoiler alert. So this show is heavily based on the Matt Fraction comic. Like it literally has the same logo as the comic does. This comic is the one that introduces Kate Bishop, the relationship. Also introduces the idea of Hawkeye being deaf, which we'll probably talk a little bit about it more later on. But in that comic, a little spoiler alert, the ending is her father is like the main villain to Kate Bishop. But in this show, like, father died, which we didn't talk about the opening scene.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
But that opening scene with her as a little kid in New York, we got to see that Avengers New York fight play out again in a different point of view.
Yeah, because it's funny because it originates from, you see the Marvel or the Avengers movie, but you just see different points of view from it. Because like going back to Endgame, that's one point of view, and then the other point of view from Loki, like that was from after the events of the Avengers, and now we're seeing this third point of view.
I like how they keep going back to 2012 and
the origin.
Not Age of Ultron.
I know. Well, Age of Ultron just was a
fuck you, Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
there's a reason why What If had to make you the main villain.
But yeah, going back to that, like Kate Bishop, that scene, what I loved was once that whole stuff happened, she saw Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And that was, I guess, her inspiration.
Yep, he even saved her. One of her arrows saved her. I like when she looked up and she saw like the whale flying above her. I was like, whoa. I was like, as soon as I saw 2012, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna happen.
This is round 2, baby.
Yeah, this is round 2. Let's go.
I know, because like I said, it always goes back to the freaking Avengers.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's gonna be more, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, probably not. But I do think it's cool that they're going back on older movies, kind of like initiate these new characters.
It's like a new, it's like the multiverse.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I feel like her going back to the comic book, her dad was the main villain, but I think now that her dad died in those events, I feel like her mom might be one of the secret villains or something.
She gives me secret villain.
Yeah, she gives me. She kind of sus.
Yeah.
Like she's dating that one guy.
The stepfather?
Yeah, she's engaged to him, Jacques. So guess what? So you know how in that second episode, a little jump ahead, they're doing the fencing thing because she thinks he's obsessed with swords. So in the comics, he is a villain to Hawkeye called the Swordsman.
Oh.
So I think that's kind of funny. He's got like the same mustache too.
Do you think it's gonna portray that?
Probably.
Do that? Like he'll be
I don't know if he'll
villain?
become that villain, but he's definitely like starting to become those villain vibes.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that he killed his uncle.
He killed Armand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Armand, like he literally got the sword, and then later that night.
And then he got the butterscotch.
Yeah, and the butterscotch. Yeah, in episode 2. So like, it only makes sense that like it's clear.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing else. Yeah, but like Kate Bishop put on the Ronin suit.
Yeah.
Which I think is fucked. What I think is fucked up is that they're stealing stuff from the Avengers compound.
Yeah, that couldn't selling it for
I was like,
shit
why
ton
the
of money.
hell is Ronin's suit just laying around?
Plus, like, why did he leave it?
Yeah.
What did he do with it?
I don't know.
Like, did he just
I'm
leave
sure
it?
he just left it there, and during that explosion in Endgame, everything just went all over the
I
place.
was thinking he's doing like a whole Spider-Man 2 Sam Raimi version where he just throws it in the garbage.
Yeah, pretty. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it would make sense. And then somehow someone found it, and now they're selling it for a shit ton of money. Like, I don't see why not.
Yeah, it's fucked up that they're just selling that shit.
And all the swords also.
Sword is badass. I didn't know it was retractable.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in the Endgame. I don't think we ever saw a retractable.
No, we just saw the
he
sword
just pulled
itself.
it out of the holster, so I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new addition. But yeah, she puts on the suit. Fight scene was pretty cool.
It was dark though.
Yeah.
I get it's like assassin vibes, but it's like I can't see shit.
Yeah, can't see shit, and it was a little rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell this was like her first fight. So like they were having a little fun with it.
Yeah. And then the whole like cuts that you see.
Yeah, bad editing. This show is notorious for jump cuts.
Yeah.
And it's very bad because this is like film school 101.
Yeah.
Like I learned about jump cuts when I was 14 years old in 9th grade film class. Like this should not be happening. This isn't the first time too. There's a bunch of times in episode 3 during the fight scenes that they just don't line up, and it kind of is annoying.
It's jumping all over the place and not like consistent. Yeah.
I don't appreciate that whatsoever. But alas,
it's still going. The storyline's still fine. It's just as long as they keep on with the editing correctly, then it should be good. Because I remember there was like that one thing I saw on TikTok where it's someone was holding a like wine glass or like holding a wine bottle, I think.
Yeah,
and
she was.
And she was, and then someone shot it, and then the wine was like weird and acted funny. So I was like, yeah, they need to fix that.
Yeah, they could have easily fixed stuff like
Especially
that.
with something like if it's Marvel that does with that.
Yeah, not good. But yeah, pretty much the rest of the episode, chasing, run into the, what is it, jumpsuit, is that it? Tracksuit Mafia.
The tracksuit,
yeah,
which I still don't get.
They're also in the comics, and they just come off as like really joking, dorky villains.
Yeah, they're not serious.
Yeah, that Hawkeye knows they're not, like, don't stand a chance against him.
Yeah,
and then,
I don't like them.
Yeah, they're okay. They're nothing too special.
Okay.
But yeah, he finds Kate, and
that brings the end of episode 1.
Yeah, pretty much episode 1. I don't think I have anything else to really bring up.
Nothing.
I liked episode 2 a lot better.
It was because you see a little bit more of Kate Bishop interacting with Hawkeye.
I really like that.
Well, the first half at least. The second half was dumb in my opinion, but we'll get there.
Kind of, yeah. Their relationship is starting to build up. She's a big fan.
Yeah.
Really, we both agree that we like that aspect. You know, they're making jokes about her calling him.
Yeah.
I think that's funny. He's kind of teaching her a little bit, but nothing too much. Kind of like with the bandages.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, teaching the bandages, like knowing how to, not give yourself an infection and all that. But he's doing it in like a more like just here. This is what I do what I do. Like nothing of like a teach back method or whatever or something like that. But like, I feel like also Hawkeye just doesn't want to be known.
No, so this whole situation was pretty much just thrusted on him during his family vacation.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have no choice. Like, I don't want to be a role model. I don't want to teach you these things. I just have to do what's best for me right now and then move on.
And get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't, and she talks about branding, and which is an interesting aspect because he was supposed to be retired like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember he retired at the age of Ultron and then has been coming
and then he's back. Well, like the Endgame thing makes sense obviously, but then after that, like,
yeah, and I thought for sure he was gonna retire after this too, after this show, but doesn't. I feel like he's not going to
until he gets killed off.
Oh shit!
Oh
yeah. Well, they give us pictures of his new suit, so like if he has a new suit, then clearly like
he'll still continue on.
Yeah, a little bit at least. But yeah, he doesn't want to be a role model. He just wants to get everything done and over with.
Yeah, gets his stuff done and like move on from essentially. But then like since it's a whole big situation now, like he still has to continue on, and like he wants to spend time with his family also. Like I see it, and like you could see the kids, like especially when he had to send his kids back to his parents, his mom, their wives or whatever. Like the kids are sad.
Yeah,
they want to stay with him.
He's a very different man when he's with his kids. Like he's happy, you can tell. And then when he's not with his kid, he's just brooding.
It's like a different personality. Like two personalities you have.
Definitely. He just wants to be the family man.
Yeah.
And like his past just keeps
keep coming back
for him. Yeah. I mean, I like the fact that they keep bringing up Ronan and how it has such an impact on him. Because
you don't really see a lot of like Ronan.
No, we just got a taste.
We got a tiny tidbit of like what he did,
and we get flashbacks in the show too of him and Ronan.
Well, that's from like episode 3. Yeah, where was that one big flashback, which I never realized, but yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Rest of episode 2, like besides them interacting,
him chasing the suit,
him getting his suit back because some guy on freaking Instagram took it from his from the fire that he caused.
Yeah, and
so then to rescue it, he had to go to a LARP's like thingy. I didn't know how I feel about that.
Kyle doesn't like it.
Like, okay, I had a feel. Well, I feel like it's better that they did it in like one scene instead of like elongating the episodes to just get his damn suit back. If that makes sense.
Yeah, they did it in a quick fashion.
Yeah, and it's like kind of quirky and weird, but like it also shows, I guess, to make it a positive note, that Clint will be like funsies and stuff. You'll see his fun side, but like you can see in the back of his head, like he wants to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. They specifically said a line, or that character said, "You did have fun though, didn't you?" And he kind of smiled a little bit. It wasn't too bad.
Because like if you think about it, he's been killing actual people.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Instead, he's just like playing sword fights with plastic swords with people, with regular people. No like people that are like hardcore to have superpowers or whatever.
Right.
Like, actual normal people like you and I.
Yeah, like he makes the comment, I fought Thanos.
Yeah, he fought Thanos.
He's like, this is what I'm dealing with now. Great.
Yeah.
That's my life.
I feel like even if, like, I mean, if I was him, I'm like, shit. Yeah, I fought Thanos and I'm doing this shit.
Exactly. One thing that I did like about him catching his suit was that he kind of had to do a lot of sneaking around. Yeah. And we got to see Kate doing this too in episode 1. He also was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. He had to go undercover probably hundreds of times, just as much as Black Widow. But we've never seen that. No. I know, we've always
heard about it.
Yeah, we've always heard about it, and we've always pictured more as Natasha as the spy. Versus versus Hawkeye. But yet, Black Widow comes out, but we don't get any of that espionage kind of feel. We're getting more espionage, spy stuff. Yeah. More in this movie, or this show, than we got in Black Widow.
I feel like in Forever also.
Yeah,
but
same.
Besides what? Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I feel like the last like spy thing was like, Winter Soldier. Which is very weird. But I like it.
It's tolerable because like I kind of miss that vibe.
Yeah. Like they're government agents. They have to go undercover. They have to sneak around. Like he mentioned in the 3rd episode, he can't have a flashy costume. It was never meant like that. But we also get the great music to go around with it. I can't think of the tunes. The spy tunes. Definitely. Yeah, a bunch of scatties. Yep. Yeah, whatever. So it's really cool to kind of see that brought back. It just brings back more Die Hard vibes as well. Yeah,
more Die Hard, more espionage, more like back old like spy movies essentially. Like I mean, kind of like 007, but
a little bit.
At least more like Marvel related because that's like we care for. We love Marvel and all that crap.
What did you think about his hearing? We'll bring this. Yeah, we're bringing this up in episode 3.
The hearing aid.
Yeah,
it was because and it was episode 2 where like we kind of learned more about the hearing aid, but then episode 3 was like more enforced. It was funny that why he had it because it's good, really good throwbacks of like explosions.
All the explosions in his face.
Yeah, it was a good throwback because it gives me memories of like, oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's why.
Yeah, and it also shows like he doesn't have powers. He's
a normal human being.
Yeah, he doesn't get to heal. So like, of course, it only makes sense that he's been through so much trauma that he actually has a physical effect to it. And I'm pretty sure the deaf thing or hard of healing is plucked right out of that Matt Fraction comic too, that where it introduced Kate Bishop.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he is deaf in the comics now, at least. Okay. But they also did it again in Age of Ultron, where he got shot. I didn't really pick this up the first time I watched it, but I watched it recently, like a couple months ago. And he is in the, Avengers Tower getting patched up.
Oh.
Yeah, remember that? And then like his wife like brings up, like talks about it too. And she's used to this.
She's seen it.
Yep. And I think
experienced it.
Yeah, another thing that podcast brought up was that she's kind of a part of this. He's not lying to her. He's not
hiding anything.
Yeah, hiding anything. He's like, this is what I have to do, and she's like, okay, well, this is what you need to do.
Yeah, it's your job, and this is what, I mean, I don't know if it pays the bills or whatever.
Right.
It probably does pay the bills.
Well, there was a thing that Kevin Feige released that they make like $120,000 a year. An Avenger does.
Like, in the universe?
Yeah.
So, like, not as much as a pharmacist make?
Yeah. Yeah, he goes, they don't pay that much. They make like $100,000 a year. So I think that's kind of funny.
Good thing pharmacists make more. We're gonna go, baby!
Yeah, let's go! I thought the dog was gonna be a lot more dumb.
Pizza Dog?
Yeah, Pizza Dog.
Or Lucky, I think it's
supposed to be. Lucky is gonna be his name.
I thought it's cute.
Yeah,
it's knowing me, like,
it's
also
definitely cute, but I felt like it was gonna be slightly annoying because of how much you've seen him in the posters.
Yeah.
But he's just there.
It's just like a side thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have any relevance to the story. He's not really helping any of the story. He's just there. Again, the lightheartedness.
Lightheartedness, and it's a golden retriever?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
And
he has one eye!
Okay, so I think he only has one eye in the show. Because, like, I saw pictures of the actual dog on
Oh, in the
Instagram
comments?
today.
Oh, okay.
And he had 2 eyes.
Oh, the actor dog?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was confused. I'm like, what's going on?
They could have just had it with, well.
Yeah, I thought it was just the actor dog.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
And weird enough, I don't like dog as much, but I like the dog.
Yeah, it was cute.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza dog. Yeah, that's
Pizza
what it's
dog.
referred to.
Pizza.
Lucky
You're probably
the
like,
pizza dog.
you're probably like in the back of your head, don't do that.
Yeah, it's okay. I hate it. Yeah, as long as it's not my dog, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So going on next to, any other thoughts you have about episode 2?
I liked it a lot better than 1.
Yeah, for sure.
The relationship that they're building between the two, we really got to see. I'm glad, I feel like in Falcon and Winter Soldier, stuff just kept happening to him. We never got to see character development. We never got to see dialogue.
Yeah.
It felt like they just kept one thing after another. But
Yeah.
this, they're really starting off on the slower end, building it up, mixing in a little bit of action.
Yeah. And I think what happened at the end of episode 2, they got caught.
Yeah,
right?
they got caught. Yeah.
And that's what got set to episode 3.
Yeah.
So we got to get introduced to Echo.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts?
Interesting character.
Yeah.
Very bold of them to already announce a show about her. I don't know why we need a show about her. I mean, it made sense with, again, this is going back to Disney Plus Day. It made sense why Agatha got a show because people loved her in WandaVision. They are green-lighting a show for a character, a brand new character that we've never seen, that no one knows if we're going to like.
Until...
Yeah. Until Hawkeye, that comes out, a month later after Disney Plus Day announced it or whatever?
Yeah, it was like a couple weeks prior,
And now you're like going off of the aspect of, okay, stop introducing these new characters just to give them their own shows.
Yeah.
Like it's at this point, it's like too much to keep up with a little bit. I understand they want to introduce new characters to to let the main actors kind of breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It is bolder than that. You think about it, because I understand why you say that, with Agatha, because we never learned more about it until we watched after WandaVision. It makes sense logically that way. But Echo also, you only got to see a snippet of it. You never really knew who Echo was unless you were a comic book fan. So
she's not even that big in the comics.
That's what I was gonna say. How big is she in the comic world? Obviously not compared to freaking Hawkeye.
No, not a chance.
So really interesting, because I don't know. It'll probably be more back. Prequel to what she's done, maybe,
which is dumb, because why are we using these shows?
Yeah,
we're using these big time Avengers shows just to introduce more characters, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I guess maybe she's what is she? I think she's an anti-hero.
Oh, okay.
So she kind of leans on the line of between good and bad. I mean, clearly in this show she's kind of more of as a villain, because she's the leader of the Tracksuit Mafia.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I liked seeing the little flashbacks of her childhood. Oh, that was kind of nice. Yeah. Felt really bad for her. She's being deaf into a regular school. Yeah. I
mean, if you think about it, there's kids right now.
I know. I know. I think that's a cool way of introducing that to the universe, because this is the second deaf character now that we've been introduced within the last month.
Yeah,
because Makari was deaf from
yeah.
Eternals, and I think that's kind of funny that they're introducing multiple disabilities.
Yeah.
So close to each other.
It's interesting. It's being more inclusive. And,
I like that.
I love a good inclusive.
Now, if only they can bring back Daredevil.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just grows up being pretty much raised in that mafia. Her dad telling her that she needs to observe. You are going to always live in two worlds. You must adapt to both of them. It'll just make you stronger.
Yeah.
And kind of get to see her later on build up,
grow up and
fighter. She has one leg too. Amputation superhero.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. I think that's the first one. I mean, we came close to it with Rhodey, but he kept his legs.
Yeah, well, I found
he just became paralyzed.
Yeah, but still has Iron Man technology.
Yeah, but then I never saw him in a wheelchair. So I mean, was he ever paralyzed?
No, he was never paralyzed because he had Tony Stark to help him out with everything.
But yeah, and then we get to see Uncle. Yeah, which my theory is that he's Wilson Fisk.
I can see why, but
he's wearing a black suit, big white hand.
Yeah.
Touching the little girl's face. It doesn't make it makes complete sense that it's Wilson.
Does it make
Fisk.
sense from
Yes, because he's the top line mobster in New York, so it makes sense. It's just funny that he's running he's in charge of Tracksuit Mafia because they're so dinky and
Dumb.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you haven't seen it, but the Daredevil show, he's like very smart, strategic. He's a villain, and he's the best part about that show. One of the best parts, at least. And it's really cool. I think it would be fucking awesome if this is real.
It's kind of weird because isn't Daredevil on a Netflix? But then
and Daredevil's actually set in the MCU.
Yeah,
Which is also another weird story. But yeah, he was fucking awesome. So like season 1, he was in Wilson Fisk was in there.
Yeah.
Season 2, he wasn't really in there that much, and then he came back for season 3.
I got you.
And my favorite seasons were season 1 and season 3. Every episode, every season that incorporated him.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would just be so cool if he came in. I mean, the actor Vincent D'Onofrio, I think that's his name, has been expressing that he wants to come back to the character. And then, conveniently enough, Hawkeye comes out, and then he like starts supporting Hawkeye on his Twitter page. So I'm like, yeah, come on.
Is it gonna be like a surprise reveal?
Yeah,
Maybe like the end of episode 5 or something like that.
yeah. I hope it's not like at the end of episode 6 because we're halfway through the season already,
Yeah.
which is kind of sad to think about.
I mean, that's like what happened when we watched Falcon and Winter
I
Soldier.
know, but I like the show.
I know it's a good show actually, and it's a good Christmas vibe.
Yeah, I know. It's just all around great.
So continuing on, see the whole fight scene with each other.
More jump cuts.
More jump cuts, some bad, some good.
I like the scene where Kate was talking to that one of the mafia guys about how you should talk to your girlfriend.
Yeah, about the Imagine Dragon tickets.
Yeah, about the Imagine Dragon tickets, but I like the Imagine Dragon ticket. Imagine Dragon.
I know, it was a funny side combo.
She's like, you both need to apologize.
Yeah, shit. It's like funny she's trying to relate to them. And it's like funny because it's like...
That's just her character.
It's how her character is, and it's funny in my opinion, like how it's literally like someone our age talking to some big guy that like killed people probably.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell?
I know.
I love it.
I know, exactly. It just fits her personality very well. More reasons to love Kate Bishop.
Yeah. I'll get it. I'll grow to her.
Yeah. And then she even brings up something again later on where, they're escaping, and she's like, let's take this car, it's awesome.
Yeah. It's this one, but no.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to destroy, and Clint was like, I don't want to destroy the challenge.
Yeah, and then it ends up getting fucking
And I'm like,
destroyed.
oh no. But now the chase scene. Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, best part
Like,
about the episode.
And I
How
remember
it ended, how it started.
it was all continuous. It was I hope it was like a one shot type of deal. Or at least like they were able to cut it that way.
Yeah, they know how to cut that correctly. Yeah, no jump cuts there. No, yeah, they of course cut it like that to where it came off as a giant one take. And the way I was watching it today, I said it was started off with the Christmas song.
And it's like weird because that song, I don't know what the actual name of that song is, but like it does give me like car chase vibes.
I know.
Because if you think about it, in my opinion, it's like the time. It's like when you're going Black Friday shopping or like the day before Christmas shopping. You hear that, right? And it's like going
You're
faster,
chasing
faster,
me, yeah.
faster, and it's like, oh shit, I had to get my gifts. Oh
Yep.
shit, I had to do this. Or in this case, we're gonna kill these bitches.
Yeah, it's just so fitting. And it makes me love the show even more. I'm like, oh, this is happening. I love this so much.
It was a good choice of that song. I never realized that until now. Yeah, it's like rushing, and the continuous shot of it, and I know during that chase scene, you hear Kate talking to Clint, but Clint can't respond because his hearing got broken.
Yep. Yeah,
and then you get his perspective, literally. Like you can't hear what he's hearing, and I thought that was a cool aspect.
I like that a lot. I think that was cool, and them just going back and forth between whether they can hear or not, and then we get the trick arrows.
Oh. Well, I'll talk about the last big one.
I always thought his trick arrows were awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, oh, Hawkeye, back when I was, 15, when Avengers came out. I'm like, oh, he's okay. He shoots a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
And then you got to see, like, his quiver change, like, the tips of his arrows. The
Oh,
arrowheads.
yeah.
And I was like, oh. I'm like, they're actually making him kind of cool. And then he did the grappling thing, and then kind of throughout this MCU, we've seen him just kind of develop these different kind of arrows. I know. In Civil War, we got to see an Ant-Man on an arrow, which was a signature thing they did in the comics.
Yeah.
And then we just seen explosive arrows, but this one we get to see like acid arrows, smoke arrows,
USB arrows.
Yeah, USB arrows.
Stupid, but funny with that one. I know
Acid arrows.
The acid arrows. The funny thing with the USB one, I just remember I saw something on TikTok where that USB one was pretty much the same. Was it Natasha that used the arrows?
Yeah.
And she used it in What If to shoot it at
Yeah, she downloaded
like a virus or something.
the Russians virus.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
you're right. Yeah.
And then shot it at Ultron's eye.
And I love it for this one. He uses the USB. Or Kate uses it, the
As a
USB decoy to like it's an actual arrow that could kill them or something. But it's literally just the USB.
Yeah, get back! You don't know what this can do. And they're all like, "What?"
Oh no, it's probably another trick arrow that could probably kill me.
I know. Okay, so just more reason why I kind of like the Tracksuit Mafia. Yeah, they're dumb, but I think that's how they're supposed to be perceived.
I see.
They're so joking. That's the whole gag with them. Like, yeah, they don't stand a chance, but it's still kind of fun to be around them because they're in a joking, lighthearted manner.
Yeah, like it's a funny if like me and you, for example, were superheroes, like we could somehow. Fuck how if I know. Like we could probably take the nap.
Yeah, like they're just so easy to handle, but then they're also not.
Because they're also still humans.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know who their main boss is besides probably Echo, but like I can fight them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just like the way they fight them too, like throwing them in shopping carts.
Yeah.
And like they're just really dumb
like
ways.
silly ways.
Yeah, but fun. I mean, enjoyable to watch, entertaining. But the big reveal.
The Pym arrow.
The Pym arrow, yeah.
Oh, I never expected it.
No, this is just gives me more reason why I love the MCU. Them they're actually bringing stuff, other elements from previous movies and powers
Aspects,
or whatever,
yeah.
aspects, and throwing them into this stuff. It just makes it show this is a universe. This is all
what we grew up
incorporated.
with, yeah. Like I never expected that to come out. Like because it's funny he got approval, I guess, for Hank Pym to give him
the
Pym
Hank
particles.
Pym is, you know how Hank Pym is. Like,
yeah,
he's
was
super
like,
protective over the Pym particles
because he created it.
Yep.
So it's funny that he's now being more leeway-ish with allowing other, I guess, because they're part of a team now, to let him use it. So
I know, I thought that was really funny. And then they're doing the grappling hook underneath.
Yeah.
And during that part, Kate is like screaming.
Yeah. Oh god, I can't. I love their chemistry. It's gonna get better. I'm hoping it gets better.
Oh, it's gonna be. I think it's amazing as it is right now. I said that was the point of that was a cutting grace for me for the show, whether it's gonna be good or bad. If they could nail this chemistry, and in my opinion, they've nailed it, and they've literally done it in 2 episodes.
I'm worried what's gonna happen in the next ones because I want to know what can cause them to separate and then come back. Obviously.
I hope they don't.
You don't, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. They do that in like everything.
Exactly.
Every buddy cop thing. They break up and then they come back together.
Yeah.
Let's change it up, Marvel. You don't need to do that.
To be honest with you, it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it with Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah, they did the same thing. Yeah.
WandaVision.
Yeah. Lots of dinner table scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, dinner table scenes.
Yeah, so like that seems to be like a common thing in Phase 4.
Oh my god.
Because they're at the diner, right?
They were at the diner.
So
they were talking about freaking Clint can't hear anything.
Yep. So there's it seems like a common thing that Phase 4 has been doing has been dinner table scenes, and we got it in Black Widow, got it in Eternals,
Shang-Chi.
I'm sure we got it in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I think now that I think about it, I feel like it kind of originated from Avengers at the end of the scene at the shawarma scene.
Yeah, the shawarma scene.
I feel like that's where it originated from.
We got it in Loki too, when they're on that train.
Yeah, the train.
So I think it's just great ways to give us dialogue.
Dialogue, learning more about the characters also.
Character development.
Yes.
Relationship building.
So wrapping up towards a couple last points of episode 3, I know, more back to the dinner scene. I love learning more about how the hearing aid stuff, it's funny, like you can see more reflection like that, seeing his perspective and all that, until they get it fixed and stuff.
Yeah, especially the scene where he's like talking on the phone.
Oh, that scene.
Yeah, very sad. Very sad. You know, he just wants to be with his family, and then here he is living the life of a spy, pretty much, where he doesn't want to live this life. He'd rather just be with his family, but then kind of has to jump hoops to try to make his kids happy.
And you can hear it through him also, like in the ears of his
sadness. Yeah.
I know we couldn't hear who he was talking to on the phone, so I know Kate was like writing all the summaries of it. I'm like,
oh, very sad. Yeah,
because he didn't even reveal that he lost his hearing aid to his kid.
Exactly.
That was so sad.
Yeah, so we got to see it in Jeremy Renner's expressions as well as Haley Steinfeld's too. Very sad.
So it's like because he cares about his family.
Yeah, he just wants to be home. Just wants to be home for Christmas, man. One thing Clint keeps hammering home is that he's not a role model. I know we talked about this a little earlier in the episode, but he doesn't see himself that. He just sees himself as someone who needed to do those things but wasn't doing them I guess,
to get the spotlight.
yeah, to get the spotlight to inspire other people to, do this.
Yeah.
Like he even said to Haley, sorry, he even said that to Kate, like this isn't. Are you sure you want a life like this? Like it's not as fun
not
as
as
you
glamorous
think.
as you
Yeah,
think.
he goes a lot of sacrifices. So,
Like, would you ever do what he did? No. I don't want to be in the spotlight as much.
No.
Oh, I can be in sometimes, but nothing as crazy as that. Like killing people and
yeah.
being like, oh, I saved him. But no. Nope.
No, he's just like, and he keeps getting just thrusted back into these. Like he wants to be that family man, but then stuff just keeps happening where he has to keep going back.
He's such a reliable person because he knows what he does. And, like, he's the only person, I guess, that can do it, essentially.
It feels like they're hammering home this whole role model thing so much because by the end, he's gonna take Kate under his wing.
Yeah, or pass down.
Yeah. Which is pretty obvious at this point. I mean, we all kind of
He's
figured
gonna
that
retire.
Think so, huh?
Yeah,
I
I
see
think
that new
so.
suit, and I feel like he's not.
I feel like it'll be the one suit for, like, one time, and then, like, he'll retire, I guess, quote unquote.
Well, she's gonna become a young Avenger. You know, you got that
Yeah.
one interview where she was asked about the Young Avengers, and she looked back at Kevin Feige, and he just gave her a look.
Don't.
And I was like, oh shit, it's
Yeah,
happening.
It's
Fuck yeah.
happening, yeah.
And it's
funny.
like, I keep thinking like Young Avengers is gonna be like kids, but I feel like it's gonna be more like
young adults.
mid-20s, yeah,
Young
or
adults.
young early 20s, late teens.
Yeah.
Because I know Scott Lang's daughter grew up, and she's gonna be a big part in Quantumania,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania, and she is probably gonna become a superhero. Like each project seems to be introducing like a younger version.
I like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So, like, Morgan also, maybe.
Yeah, Morgan. I don't know about Morgan, only because they are introducing Ironheart. Remember?
Yeah.
She's supposed to take over like the Iron Man mantle because she's supposed to be smarter than Tony Stark. She gets introduced in Riri Jones, I think, or Riri something. I don't know. She's gonna get introduced in Wakanda Forever.
Oh.
So very excited for that.
So a lot of stuff coming up later then.
Yeah, I mean it's Marvel. Everything
It's
keeps
Marvel.
coming up.
Everything comes out.
I mean, you saw Lego set today.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Lego set of Spider-Man No Way Home with Vulture in it.
Yeah,
somehow.
fucking Vulture. Is that our sixth villain?
I feel like it.
Yeah, probably. I don't see why not.
I didn't realize you didn't notice that. I didn't notice it either. It says Vulture. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, they have 5. Where's the 6? I wish it was Mysterio. I want him to come back, but
It's probably Venom.
yeah, no, fuck off. It's not Venom. Yeah, Spider-Man in 2 weeks. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah, so as you can tell with the end of this, they were going to, I think it was Kate's.
Yeah, and then he got introduced to her stepdad,
The stepdad's back.
future stepdad,
With
with
the sword.
Rowan's blade.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that's spoopy because it's his own blade, like at
I know.
his neck. And
Yeah,
I'm
at his
like,
neck.
Oh, shit. So,
Probably see a little hoedown go down.
oh, some shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Little quick fight going on, and then
Probably-
Kate rushes in and is like, no, don't do it.
Don't do it. He's my hand.
Yeah.
He's my shoe daddy.
Oh my god.
No. But it's probably gonna. I can tell we're probably gonna learn more about him anyway. About Jacques.
Yeah, Jacques or Jack,
Jacques.
whatever.
We're gonna learn more about him anyway. So like, I get more exposition, I guess, or
So they came out with a teaser yesterday, and this kind of like gave a little clips of the next coming 3 episodes.
oh, did it? I didn't see it.
And it
Okay.
showed like 2 new scenes. One scene it showed someone dressed up with night vision goggles, kind of you're going back onto Yelena because
Yeah,
it's
I
been
heard
confirmed she's
coming
going to
back.
show up in this show.
Yeah.
But as well as it also showed the scene where the hand was touching little Echo's face. And I'm like, why are you showing that in a teaser? Well, it said like big reveals coming, and then it showed that scene, and then another scene, and then the
face.
spy. Yeah.
Ooh.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, he's for sure coming.
Yeah, someone's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Santa. Gotta give it the Christmas.
Yeah, I hope he
vibe.
makes it back for Christmas.
Santa.
No, Hawkeye.
He.
I
will
like the
probably.
joke. They should have called you Hawk. I don't know why they called you Hawkeye. They should have called you Hawkeye here.
I love that joke.
He's like block and delete.
Yeah.
Yeah, little quirky jokes.
I love it because it's
Keeps
obviously
the Marvel
sarcastic.
humor, and it's not forced. Whereas Eternals, like you could tell a couple of jokes didn't land and were
They were stiff.
stiff. Yeah, that's a good word to describe it as. Yeah, especially when you don't have a good crowd either. So then, yeah, what can you do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited to see where the rest of the show goes. Didn't expect it was going to be as good as it is.
Yeah, because I remember you were talking about like you're not worried.
Yeah,
You're
I
not-
was kind of trashing on this show, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I could see myself liking it just as much as WandaVision and Loki.
Yeah, I can see more WandaVision. Loki makes sense also.
I like Loki a lot. Yeah.
So I'm excited for the next next 3 episodes. Let's hope it's another banger for each of them. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping it's going to be well executed, and hopefully I can watch this series every Christmas.
Yeah. Follow our Instagram, guys.
Follow our
Starting
Instagram.
to become a little active.
Yeah, I know Zach's been promoting this, posting a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I've been running the Instagram, trying to post as much as I can.
Yeah, I'll
Very
try.
active on our stories.
I should get it also.
Yeah, I should give you access to that.
Yeah, I could post some anime stuff.
Yeah,
I haven't been
hell
watching
yeah.
a lot of anime, sadly enough. I've been looking on Pokemon. Okay?
Yeah.
Pokemon Brilliant Diamond just
Big
came out.
Pokemon obsession going on right now.
Yes, baby.
Anyways, thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.
And please tell people to listen to us.
Go watch Spider-Man coming out in the next couple
in
weeks.
2 weeks. Oh, don't
I'm
obviously.
gonna fucking freak.
Oh, don't forget.
I can see us easily doing 2 episodes on just Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, we good. Yeah, obviously expect a future episode with that. Eternals episode also.
Yeah,
in the
working
future.
in the works.
Yeah, in the works. So be on the lookout for a future episode, guys. Thanks for listening.
See you.